So, Ali Abdaal recently posted a video titled, "What's the point?" That's a question I ask myself a lot of times. And immediately I opened my YouTube home screen and saw that Ali Abdaal uploaded a new video. I felt I needed to watch the video because I was wondering what his take would be and if I would get an answer. And what I'm going to say is that that video answered half the question, and I think I have the full answer here, so stick to the end to hear what the answer is. So he starts by giving an anecdote.
The other day I was reclining on the couch playing God of War 2018 on the PS5. I'm a few hours into the game and I find myself at a crossroads, literally and metaphorically. I could choose to row my boat left and progress the main storyline, or I could choose to row my boat right and do a side quest. I noticed that my default thought process is, we've got to go left because that'll get us moving through the storyline faster. But then I stop and notice that thought. I think, that's interesting. I'm playing a video game here, so why do I feel the need to play it efficiently? Why does my first thought go to, what's the fastest way to progress the game?
His default state was optimizing for productivity, even in the game, optimizing for success. But he argues that what's the point?
And after some thinking, I land on the question, what's actually the point of playing this video game? And the answer comes pretty quickly. Obviously, the point is to simply enjoy the journey of playing it. There is no cosmic significance to my playing God of War. It's not an exercise in self-improvement. The points or levels that I earn in the game have less than zero impact on my life.
His answer is that the point is to just enjoy the journey. Before I push back and give you my take on this video, I would like to give Ali his points.
The following morning, I'm in the office with the team and I'm working on some designs for our new productivity app. And I find myself feeling a tad on edge. I find myself approaching these designs with an air of franticness, an air of feeling like I'm running out of time. And therefore, I've got to make progress on this quickly. But then I remember the feeling when playing God of War, the feeling of trying to do things efficiently. So I asked myself that question again. What's actually the point of us building this productivity app? I realized that much like a video game, the point is primarily to enjoy the experience of building the thing.
So his reframe here was, you should treat your work like a video game. Lean back, enjoy the challenge. That's not wrong, and I'm not here to dismiss Ali, but it's incomplete. And because I'm a Muslim and I try to frame, everything I do through an Islamic lens, be it productivity, be it sports, I'm going to give you the answer from the view of a Muslim that's trying to be productive. Ali's point is actually correct Quranically, if that's a word. Because in the Quran, Allah says, وَمَا هَذِهِ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَهْوٌ وَلَعِبٌ وَإِنَّ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةَ لَهِيَ الْحَيَوَانُ لَوْ كَانُوا يَعْلَمُونَ. And this worldly life is not but amusement and play. That's the first part of the verse, and that's what Ali says. Lahu and la'ib, amusement and play. Ali's video game metaphor is 100% Quranically accurate. But one thing is that the ayah doesn't stop at saying that the dunya is lahu and la'ib. It says, وَإِنَّ الْآخِرَةَ لَهِيَ الْحَيَوَانُ. The akhirah is al-hayawan, the true living. And that's the pivot that changes everything. Because I was desperately trying to see what Ali's answer would be, but his answer only stops halfway, only answers half of the question. Because that answer is enjoy the game. But this ayah is pointing to something else. So just like Ali was complaining that during his productivity sessions, trying to build his productivity app, he feels like, what's the point?
What's actually the point of us building this productivity app? Sure, if the app does well, it'll mean more money for the business, and it would be cool to be building an app that lots of people around the world use and it helps them manage their time and achieve their goals. But in the grand scheme of things, a few decades from now, if not way sooner, the app will be completely forgotten. A few more decades from now, me and our entire team will be dead, and no one will particularly care about this random app that we spent a few years building on planet Earth. The journey of building an app is much like the journey of playing a video game. It's an arbitrary goal with an arbitrary level of difficulty, played for the primary purpose of building something cool and enjoying the journey of building it.
I happen to experience the same thing because I'm currently the founder of ihtisab, proud to say that. And Ali inspired this. So Ali, if you're watching this, thank you for being such a big inspiration. I also faced that moment of stress where I think, what's the point of all this? Because I'm sitting down, working really hard. The app isn't making any money yet. I'm literally broke because I'm bootstrapping and using all my savings to fund this application. So when I think, what's the point? If the point is for me just to enjoy the journey, that's not enough for me to sacrifice my money, my time. The journey alone is not worth pain that you feel. Even though, yes, you would make money from it, you would feel that, yes, you're helping people. But that alone is not enough. And this is where my point differs from Ali, because Ali calls his journeymaxing. treating every goal like a video game, where the primary purpose is just to enjoy the journey. And he writes about that in his book called Feel Good Productivity.
Even though I've written that chapter and I've seen firsthand the benefits of taking a more playful approach to work, I still find myself defaulting to the mode of this is a serious thing that needs to be done quickly and productively and efficiently.
And he says that his love for playfulness isn't his default setting. He would like it to be his default setting, but it isn't yet. I think the problem here is that playfulness, enjoyment is an emotion. You cannot manufacture it on demand. Some mornings you wake up and building, you feel electric. But other mornings, it's like you're literally dragging yourself through the mud. So enjoy the journey on those type of days. Do not work. And I am the first person to tell you that because I know how many times I have forced myself to do stuff I don't want to do. Even this YouTube video, literally, sometimes it's enjoyment, but I might be forcing myself to make it because it's necessary. I know that I have something to say to the world, and enjoying the journey only isn't the answer. So as Muslims, there's something called ihtisab, doing your work, your worship, and your daily actions while consciously expecting a reward from Allah. You're not performing for people, you're not doing it just to enjoy the journey, but you can turn everything into worship if you have a good niyyah behind it. And I don't think there's anything that's a greater motivation than that. So if what you're trying to do is enjoy the journey, then you need that feeling before you can be consistent. But when you intend to do something for the sake of Allah, this YouTube video could be for the sake of Allah because I'm spreading beneficial knowledge. My app has the intent of it being for the sake of Allah, even though I could earn money from it. But that intent alone is something that would push you to do what others wouldn't do. It's something that would make you enjoy what others do not enjoy doing. When others are like grinding, you have a deeper meaning to your grind. When there's that deeper meaning, your mood doesn't matter. Based on Ali's video, what I took from it is that he wants playfulness to be the default setting. But for me, I would say I want ihtisab to be your default setting. And unlike playfulness, that never goes offline because you have a North Star. You know that whatever it is you do, in the Dar al-Akhirah, that is the hayawan, the life of the hereafter, that is the real true living. You are planting seeds from now that would benefit you in the hereafter, and the hereafter is everlasting. So since Ali calls his journey maxing, I'm going to call mine akhirah-maxing. As the verse says, it's not about ignoring the journey, because the verse clearly says that you should know that the world is lahu and laib. So even during your lahu and laib, you should enjoy it as much as you can. But do not forget that the akhirah is the higher one. And that's why I'm building Ihsanify. Apart from it being an app, it's supposed to be a movement that is trying to get young men and women live their best life, literally striving for ihsan, for excellence in everything that they do. Ali ends his video with the biggest question he can ask, which is,
What if every goal we're working towards, in our work, our health, our relationships, our home life, what if all those goals are merely arbitrary video games, played on an arbitrary level of difficulty, where the primary purpose is in fact to enjoy the journey of playing them? What if the journey is in fact the destination? And after all that, we've landed on a classic cliche.
We've landed on a classic cliche. Because I think deep down, he knows that enjoy the journey doesn't actually satisfy the question he opened with. What's the point? You cannot answer that question, what's the point, with the journey is the destination. That's an answer that just didn't sit right with me. The best answer, I think, is when you akhirah-max and you make sure that the akhirah is in the picture. So don't forget, whenever you're working on anything, if you're a Muslim, a little intention could go all the way. Once you know that you're akhirah-maxing, then everything has a deeper meaning and you can journey max while akhirah-maxing, knowing that you get rewarded for everything you do in this dunya and in the akhirah. Tell me what you think in the comment section, because as I was watching Ali's video, these thoughts kept coming to my mind.